Hi guys, so I purposely named this video as an engine preluber because if I would put a tag Mercedes oil change, I guess not too many people would be interested to watch. There's tons of videos about oil change on Mercedes, but I'm going to combine two in one in this video about my modification, how I did engine preluber and how I'm using the same modification for the automatic oil change. So, as you know, that most of the dealers, including Mercedes-Benz, they retract in oil through the oil dipstick. If that engine has an oil dipstick, because some models, Mercedes-Benz, like my previous one was a W212, did not have a dipstick, so there was a digital oil gauge on the dashboard. That's how I knew how much oil I have. So I guess there was no possibility for the dealer to retract oil from the dipstick hole because there was no dipstick. So I guess they were draining conventional way from the drain plug. But luckily this particular engine, which is an OM651, has a dipstick, and I know for sure the dealer is retracting oil, basically sucking oil from that hole. So I decided, well, maybe I should buy myself the same vacuum suction tool and do it, because it's more convenient, much faster and much cleaner job. But instead I decided to install my own little pump to do it. So the purpose of this pump is actually two purposes. One of them, this pump can be used as an engine preluber. Another one is retracting oil from the pan and for the oil change. So I decided to go with the smallest pump that I could find on the market, which is a Marco brand, as you can see on this package, made in Italy, and the model UP2, in case if any one of you wanted to do the same modification upgrade. This is a self-priming pump, and the manufacturer is stating that it can be used for the oil. Just one sec. There's a page. I lost it. Yeah, it can be for transferring water, oil, antifreeze, and the diesel. And it can push up to 22 psi of pressure, up to 6 foot of length. So this is pretty good. It's equipped with a pumping element made of bronze gears. So I decided, well, I should give it a try, and maybe it's going to work in my case. I bought this one from eBay. It was used. I believe I paid 80 bucks if I'm not mistaken. So anyhow, this is what I did. As you see, this aluminum bracket, I made it myself, so I attached it. This white bracket right here where my finger is, it was already on my vehicle, on my particular vehicle, and there was enough room for this pump. So all I had to do just made this aluminum bracket that will fit to this pump, and none of the components like this antifreeze pump and anything else, all of the plugs will not be touching each other. Basically one connection here and one connection right here. There was already existed hole, same as here. So there was not that much of modification. I just put a plain aluminum let's say bar, and attached the pump directly. Now I ran the, as you can see, elbow, 90-degree elbow, going directly to my oil pan. So at the oil pan itself, I removed the drain plug, original drain plug, and I put this kind of a fitting with exactly the same 90-degree elbow. So that's it. So it's permanently fixed into the oil pan, and I put the valve, shut-off valve here, just in case. I did all of the measurements, so it's going to be lower than my lower than the actual this ceiling between the hood, so it will not be touching my hood, any of those components. So it was supposed to be lower, and it is lower. I put a one-way check valve right here, so oil is going only one way, and as you can see, it's traveling all the way to my oil cap. I purchased this oil cap from this company, which is Insane Diesel. They make billet aluminum oil caps, and I put 90-degree elbow right here. So if I want to do the pre-lubing mode, I just push the button, which is inside of my cab, and I have exactly the same button right here. So right here, you see. So if I want to pre-lube my engine, I just push button. As you can see, it's a little bit messy because I did not expect to run this without putting into the can or a plastic bottle. But anyway, I have exactly the same button in my cabin, in my glove box. So let me show you right here. As you can see, exactly the same button. So if I want to use it as a preluber, I just turn on here. Okay. Let's go back under the hood. So in my case, I guess I'll have a little, I'll have to do a little cleaning later on after I'm done with my video. But in my case, when it comes to changing the oil, I do change oil sometimes on the go, which means I do drive a lot into Canada, and if I know that my trip is going to be extended and I don't want to go to a dealer, I just simply find a plastic can from a milk container, and I put right here, and I drain my oil anywhere I am in 2 minutes. As you can see, the pump is pretty noisy. I was hoping it is going to be more quiet, but I mean, not too bad. It does not bother me. But yeah. So this is a 1 gallon, and as you can see, it's filling pretty fast. Almost 1 gallon. And I'm going to do another one really quick. Right here. So okay. As you can see, the pump is changing the noise. That means that I'm out of oil when it's changing the noise. Now, when my pump is changing the noise, I usually have enough. I have enough room in one of my containers, so I'm adding fresh oil a little bit, basically just to flush it. Just 1 second. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit of oil just to flush it, and then I know that my engine is clean and drained. Okay, let's finish this. Okay, and I still have some more room. It just looks like it's full, but it is not. So I don't have a full stream of oil anymore because it's basically sucking the last whatever is draining from the top of the engine to the bottom of the engine. Okay, and that's it. Basically I am done. It looks messy because I did not expect that it's going to splash that much when I was showing you how I'm using it as a preluber. Now this particular button, just a regular toggle switch. It was an easy installation. There was enough room in my case, and I had a positive right here, so I ran positive through the fuse, and negative I just connected to the body of the vehicle. So that's how I ran my pump directly from this jumper box. Okay, and this is it. That's basically, I do it in 5 minutes, and I don't have to raise my vehicle. So I guess this would be a pretty convenient modification for those people who does not want to raise their vehicle on the ramps. I have some room here. I can try to drain it more if I want to. Still draining. Now the beauty of this pump, that it does not it can run dry for a couple minutes, even up to 10 minutes I believe. It can run dry, and it's a self-priming pump. So I was thinking, well, it should work in my case pretty good. And I'm adding fresh oil. I'm usually changing, when I'm changing oil, I'm usually using this engine flush every other oil change. This is a really good product. I've been using it for more than 10 years now, and this is the only oil that I've been using for the last probably 20 years. So same brand, Liqui Moly, and this one is made in Germany, and I really like it. So I bought this funnel from this Hazard brand, and I made this those holes so the bungee strap can hold this oil can for me, just in case if it's going to be windy or something like that. And I did the cutout for the handle. If you will look on the front, right here, as you can see, I especially did it because I've been using exactly the same oil, exactly the same type of oil can for the last 10 years. Nothing has been changed, so I decided, okay, well, I can do the cutout because this works perfectly for my vehicle. For any of the vehicles, actually, I've been using the same oil on my previous diesel and on my previous diesel, so same can, same shape, same brand. Okay, basically, after I am done with adding oil, I'm going to replace the oil filter. Some people replace it before that, some people replace after that. I just wait until it's completely drained, fresh oil. I'm adding 7 liters. Oh, it's still. I'm adding 7 liters to this particular engine, and I'm changing every 3,000 miles, I would say religiously. So 5, and here I have 3 more, so 2 more bars, which is 2 liters. I really like this funnel because it's not messy like other funnels, and really it's made for German vehicles. I wish that it would be more universal for every type of oil, container, but what can you do? Since I'm using same oil and same container all the time, that's why I did that cutout, and I added this bungee cord. Okay, I am done. I have my 7 liters of oil, and I can remove my funnel. Now I can open this cover to get into the filter. There's the filter right here. Okay, and I'm going to put on a clean cloth and remove old filter. I'm going to use this pick. There's a special place for the pick to remove the ring. Here there is no special place, so just be careful not to scratch the actual plastic casing. And same here. So I'm just doing this on an angle. Sometimes this one is pretty tricky because this is the smallest one and it's sitting really tight. Okay, I'm using this oil filter for the last 20 years, and if you buy them in bulk, it's cost only $7 a piece. There is 2 black lines, so if you insert, you have to click it all the way to the end until one of the black lines is gone. So that's why 2 lines, because you can insert 2 different ways. You can see one line, click it all the way, so it's done. And then install the new O-rings. Yeah, it's really high quality for steel made in Austria. I'm not buying any China, and $7, it's a really good deal. So have to make sure that it's on a proper spot, and yeah, okay, well, this one is done. Just going to clean a little bit here and install new filter and torque it. Yeah, if I know that I'll be driving and I'm going to do my oil change, and I'm usually carrying my torque wrench. It's a pretty small torque wrench, already set for 25 Newton meters. Until it clicks. Okay, good. Now I'm just removing, and I'm done here. Okay, well, the last thing that I wanted to mention, if I have a choice, that if I have a choice, I'm adding this preluber oil treatment. I did not use it until 2023. That's when I found out about this company, and it's actually pretty good stuff. It's reducing friction inside of the engine. So for each quart you add in 1 OZ. So I need 7 OZ in my case. Just like about this. And that's it. Obviously when I am on the road I don't have this additive with me, so I can add it later on when I get home, or I don't add it at all. But I prefer to add it if I can, because it's increasing my oil pressure. So this engine is running about 78-80 psi on cold for the first 3-4 minutes, and then it's there is a oil pressure regulator that's restricting pressure to 24-25 psi, and with this additive I've seen a difference of 2 psi. And I do have a special gauge that I installed, which is one of them here. It's a fully mechanical gauge, and another one I have in my cabin, so I know the actual difference with this additive. I like it. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but I decided that $20 for 2 years of you know, it's going to be enough for almost 2 years. Now I am installing everything back, and now I am installing my oil cap, just cleaning everything from the inside, everything here, and installing my gasket. I have to be careful and align it properly, otherwise it might even leak. So, because it's original gasket from the original oil cap, Mercedes oil cap. That's it. Now I can pre-lube it if I want to. Now the top of my engine is pre-lubed, and I can start my vehicle and verify the oil pressure on this gauge right here. So I'm going to start it, and you watch the camera if the needle is going to raise. Okay guys, we're all done, and I thought that this is going to be a very informative video for some of you that wanted to do the same. I came up with this idea especially during the COVID-19, installing this pump, because I've been driving my vehicle rarely, maybe every 4 or 5 weeks, and after 4 or 5 weeks of sitting, the engine was it was a dry start. So I was thinking, well, I wish that I would have a preluber, so that's why I installed this type of a button in here for the draining the oil change, actually under the hood, and exactly the same one that you have seen in my cabin if I want to prelube it. Well, in my next video I'm going to show you why I installed those gauges and what kind of gauges I have inside of my cabin, and other modification that I did on this particular engine. Yeah, one more that I forgot to say, that the only downside of this type of a system that I did on my vehicle is every time you raising your vehicle for the oil change, you have you know, ability to check the rest of the suspension components, if everything is tight, if there's no other leaks. Well, in this type of oil change, you really don't know what's going on underneath of your engine. But because I am DIY guy and I'm doing all of the repairs myself, I'm pretty confident in my personal vehicle. So I know every single component, what is what, and how old it is, and if it's good or not. I mean, whatever needs to be replaced next, I'm taking care of that. I'm doing all of the preventative maintenance and everything doing on time. So I am confident in my vehicle. But I guess if the dealer is extracting oil from your engine, I don't think that he's going to raise your vehicle still and check the suspension. Maybe they do, I don't know. I never went to the dealer in 20 years. I never went for any kind of service, to be honest with you, except when it comes to some kind of really rare like check engine, because of the electronic diagnostics that I am not able to do it, because of the calibration needs to be done through the dealership only. But it's happened maybe once in 10 years. The rest of the maintenance and repairs I'm doing myself, and that's why I'm recording all of those videos, including this one. Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys and you like it. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless Ukraine. Bye.